All right, welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday. We are moving into the last part of the show, and then we have just been joined by Okpe Miajala. Okpe, you welcome to the show.
And it's nice being here after the disappointment of the week,
Yeah.
where a nation as big as Nigeria at 59 enter into a competition for the umpteenth time, not knowing the laws or the rules governing that competition.
Yes,
It's a sad one.
it's a sad
And
one.
last week we talked about what constitute the technical committee.
Yeah.
That your place itself out again in the course of this past week.
In the course of this past week, that is what he's saying. What constitutes if you want to go and look for employment as a medical doctor, you don't just carry a syringe and carry a stethoscope and say that you must have gone through school, get qualified, and then the body that you belong to also believe that certify you that say you are good enough to practice before you can do that. But then, we always talk about it before we come to Okpe. Also part of the challenges we also have in this country has to do with how we maintain our facilities. During the week, the Minister of Sports, of course, we always go there because we let monitor what he's doing, and see how he's moving. He was in Lagos, and then let's look at what happened. He said he went to the National Stadium in company of Lagos State Governor, the Deputy Governor. That is the governor, the Lagos State Governor, and the Minister right there, inspector, and then the Bureau of the BP, and then the ICR. They all went there to inspect firstly at the National Stadium, also Teslim, and also because Nigeria also will be bidding for the on the 20 World Cup, so they're looking at how ready. So that is his tweet. Okpe, can you take that?
I thank my brother, Governor Sanwo-Olu, and his deputy, Femi Hamza, for plugging into the new zeal to restore our sporting facilities to the glory it deserves. No, not even the heavy rains could deter us. We are partners for development. Lagos is also ready.
He said that, then he gave another one again.
As promised, I returned to the National Stadium, Lagos, today for an inspection with the Governor, Ajide Sanwo-Olu, as partners in progress. As followed, LASG is a critical stakeholder in our quest to turn the facility around. In tow were the Deputy Governor, the DGs of BPE, and ICRC. Okay.
So the Bureau of Public Enterprise, are all there. So I mean, are we looking at, how do I say it? Giving it out? Are we looking at leasing the place? Are we looking at whatever?
Ken, unfortunately, the National Stadium built in 1973.
Yeah. For
the
All Africa Games.
For quite since we hosted the Nations Cup, I think after the Nations Cup, because the Nigeria to the nation on that 70 World Cup was even at opposite the Slim Balogun Stadium. So since after the Nations Cup in 2000, the joint Nations Cup, nothing more sporting activity has been going on.
You're talking about 2000?
Yes,
2000. Yeah.
Ghana, Nigeria
2000.
Most people today, they pass through that place and they tell you what do they do in that place, because that place now is now for other things other than sporting activities.
Entertainment.
For some association like table tennis and basketball that still make sure the indoor
indoor
sports.
Yeah.
The most prominent sporting activity in that place, now you can quote me, is the ram fighting, bullfighting.
The bullfighting?
Yes, that is the most prominent activity now
at the National Stadium.
Our national
so
stadium.
Probably with the minister going in there now.
That long was here with Governor Ambode, and then we thought everything was still signed.
Exactly.
But I think we are having so many visits now, multiple visits.
Yeah. So I think the earlier we tidy up these things, if it has to be a PPP, we are saying the toll gate to be back. Anything we want to do, let's just ensure the place is fit and proper for the use for which it was constructed by.
Because look. I always look at the O2 Arena.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how you see. AJ wants to fight.
Ken, is a complete sportainment.
Entertainment. Brazil wants to come and play. Yes. They want to do a mega show there. You see artists coming to great artists coming to come.
Definitely.
I saw the Old Trafford. They are using so how can we have this? I should give in fact the money from national stadium should be able to even to maintain the Super Eagles.
Yes.
If you can do that, at least can maintain the grassroots sports. Whatever it is. But it's like, I don't know how much this budget about it. Is it 360 million or so to take off all the stadium?
The minister then made that pronouncement then. It was error in judgment on the part of government. the Abuja stadium was gulping like 1.6 billion, and they said no, it was too expensive. So if education is too expensive, we try ignorance at our own peril. Now, 1.6 was too expensive to maintain only Abuja, the Mansa Stadium now in Abuja. Now you say like less than 500 million for all the stadiums in the federation. So how would that happen? And that is why we are back to where we are. If it's too expensive for the government to run, let them just hand it over to interested private entrepreneurs.
I think the issue of concession has to do with the minister convening a stakeholder summit, which he has not done till now. So that's my own grouse. Yes, he's had multiple.
Why doesn't it to convey stakeholders?
You know, there are a lot of issues in our sporting firmament where you see different. You talk about factions in basketball. You talk about issues.
Those ones are federations. Federations are NGOs. In fact, the minister should have multi. Listen,
it's not about even
and I think that's where we get it from.
Government properties in Lagos.
Jimmy, you are talking about federal administrations. We're talking about, Ebele Chukwu was not discovered by the federal government. You understand? No, you see, that's what we are saying.
If you address infrastructural deficit,
yes,
you are still going to have people that will run, you know, the affairs.
Jimmy, the 2009 sports policy, like we are saying, says local government spend 5% of your money on sports.
Has that been addressed?
So that is not stakeholder.
Do we have a sports policy right now? Has that been addressed?
There is a sport policy. Somebody is not working up. That's what we are saying. I've just quoted from the sport policy.
Definitely. So if you are not addressing what is, you know, existing in the sport policy of 2009,
see,
if you are talking about infrastructural deficit, for me,
last week here, Okpe said, when we failed in 2012, President Goodluck Jonathan, you know where that retreat.
We had that retreat. Yes,
that document is there. The sport policy is there. What do you? So what are we saying?
So once you are addressing infrastructural deficit, please revisit the document that should guide us moving forward.
We don't need the stakeholders are the same people. As a stakeholder, what have they done as stakeholders? Basically, bring stakeholders to come and talk. As a stakeholder, definitely no, it's not government. Well, you and I, we're saying Channels is doing Channels Kids Cup. We're saying Channels is doing Classic.
There is the issue of leadership and followership.
No, it's so that is exactly what I agree with you. You understand? But I said the responsibility as out there is policy formulation and direction. You understand? And execution. But when we're talking about the US, we're talking about other. But of course, like Bahrain and other places, government coming to spend so much money in sport.
Exactly.
They have enough. Their hospitals don't have
following
problem.
a blueprint.
Their roads don't have problem, so they can have other things. But here, we as individuals,
what do we do?
What have we been doing? See, that is the thing. Government can give direction, enable environment, but we as individuals, the whole American universities, look at this. All right, we're going to London. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm all right. Thanks very much. And you?
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say something about this national stadium you're talking about on the stage.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You are free to discuss on anything we've talked here, even something we don't touch. Just go ahead. Are you there?
I'm here.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm just saying because this national stadium, I think it has to do with whoever is the minister of sport in that country. Since 1973, when this stadium was built, we've been having some ministers that do not really have interest of sport in that country. They just come down there, make some pronunciation about talking about sports and all that. Once they get there, they start doing something else. And in most cases, this stadium being built, whoever wants to help that stadium should be a person that has the interest of sport, not a tribalistic man that doesn't really care about Lagos or anything that doesn't have anything to do with his own state. That's just my own kind of.
Before you leave, you're calling us from London.
And I'm calling from London. I'm seeing your head right here too.
All right. Okay. But you know, you have most of those sport facilities are put there by the counties there in London. They were not put by the British government. I mean, it is like going down to the local government area in Nigeria to get where you can exercise. At a point at the national stadium, they lock the gate. You must pay before you go to exercise. Don't you have those counties? It's for free, isn't it? I've used those facilities myself. Hello.
You see the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the stadium, the sports facilities built in this
The
country.
counties, no,
in
the
England.
counties in London. Can you just give us those sport facilities that are put by the counties in London where you stay?
Yeah.
Is it put by the federal? Is it put by the UK government or by the local counties themselves?
The point is this: the local council,
Yes,
or the government will put some sort of percentage
exactly,
in it,
exactly.
and the other business partners will put some percentage.
Okay.
But in Nigeria, we all know that every sports facility being built in Nigeria are being built by the government.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adela. Thank you very much. I appreciate your call. We are two dealing. Amaka, you are here. Like you said, what you've seen it all. You're celebrating. Is it how far do you think the females can go? You know, to put us there. What do you think we can do to stop our Africans? I've talked about Sawa El Nasser. I've talked about Sifan Hassan. Sifan Hassan left Ethiopia to go to Netherlands and become the best. Ebele Chukwu left Nigeria to go, became a Muslim, to become the best. What do we do to keep them so that they can stay in Nigeria and still be the best?
Still boils down to going back to the, to the roots of the whole, issue, because government has a whole lot of work to do. They need to sensitize people. They need to put in more structures. The ones that are in place, they need to work on it. The educational system, the health sector, I don't even know where to start, to talk about, but we need a total overhaul of the system. Then when we make laws, then there has to be ways of implementing it, not just making those laws
for the
sake of making
exactly
the laws, And then also, there are a whole lot of it. Females too, fine, we're doing very well and all that. When it comes to football and the rest of it, like football, people like Messi and Ronaldo, they carved a niche for themselves. So they need to, their marketing strategy needs to be, looked into. They need to also look at the areas of how they can improve themselves and not just say, okay, we want to be at equal pairs with the men. When you look at tennis, for instance, the women in tennis have been able to carve that niche for themselves and they are doing well.
So they need to market. They look at the marketing aspect of the female sports here in Nigeria, but so that they can be taking part. But like you said, he will tell you that we don't know the leagues have all there, and not just the male or the female.
You also have to look at like the female team now. Who can name the 11 Nigerian national players from our female team? You also have to look at things like that.
How marketable are they?
How marketable are they? So it's a no-brainer if you ask me.
All right. Where do we go from here? The league. We learned that the minister has said they are going to announce a date. We don't know. We are trying to get if they will meet in Abuja over in a few days' time and announce the starting of the league. And also, we told Obaseki, he was the first chairman of the Nigerian Premier League. Then we've also been told that maybe that the clubs have been asked to maybe contribute 50,000 naira. I don't know how true that is. For his burial, the LMC. Asking them, and these are the same clubs that LMC, they said, you've not given us. I mean, I spoke to somebody in the LMC, and he's bad, feeling so bad about it, that for 4 years, they've not given these clubs anything. They've not paid them any money. They've not done anything to them. They have their subvention. They are still keeping it there. And then you're also asking them to contribute 50,000 naira, for the burial.
The last that was paid was Rangers. Part payment.
Is it?
The last champion that was paid.
Rangers, part payment was for Rangers. So but that is for Rangers, but for the clubs, they're supposed to, from their sponsorship, whatever you're supposed to give to them.
And that's why when punishments are meted to these clubs, you ask yourself, aren't these just for the cameras or for press releases?
No, but you reconcile. If you say I should pay 2 million, I owe me 10 million.
The league has gone beyond decreeing fiat, issuing proclamation. When Princess Bola Jegede took up the mantle of leadership of organizing female football in Nigeria back in the 80s. Yeah. You had that commitment, you had that sincerity of purpose, and from nowhere we started female league. And for a long time, we're having a stable female football team. So you can't just sit in an office in Abuja and say,
Abuja.
no, the league has to start.
Start.
Is it a product of well-conceived planning or just, no, we must start?
Okay, we are ending the show now.
Well, I think the International Girl Child's Day is something that is very, very commendable, and I think we have to celebrate more the women for that feat, what they have been able to do, especially our ladies in sport in Nigeria. We have to commend them for a job well done.
Okay.
Yeah, from Modupe Oshikoya to date, I think they've done really well.
Okay, Amaka.
We have a whole lot of work to do, but I'm very happy with the developments, and I feel with more measures put in place, the sky is our starting point.
Yes, I mean, he just talked about a princess there when he was there. There's another princess, Ayomidoro. There was Victor Itugbo there. These are individuals who funded those football teams, those female teams, where we got all those players from. So let we, as we are asking government to do, ask yourself, what are we doing for Nigeria? I'm Ken Ochonogo. As we celebrate the women and our girls and our daughters, I celebrate you too. Have a blessed Sunday.